In this video, we're going to discuss the empirical rule. So basically what the empirical rule says that within one standard deviation, that's from our mean is in the middle, and each vertical line is one more standard deviation from the mean. So here is mu minus one standard deviation, the mean minus one standard deviation, to the mean plus one standard deviation. That's going to be 34 plus 34, or 68%. So 68% of the data falls within one standard deviation of the mean. Now if we go here down to minus 2 standard deviations to plus 2 standard deviations, that's going to be the 13.5 plus 34 plus 34 plus 13.5, which is going to give you 95%. Now if we look at 3 standard deviations from the mean, from here over to here, that's going to give you 99.7%. Okay, so if they give us data that's based on a multiple of the standard deviation, you can figure out what percentage that data is under. Alright, so let's take a look at a few example problems. So this one says, in a certain basketball league, team scorers have a mean of 105 points with a standard deviation of 10. Using the empirical rule, what would be the approximate percentage of the teams that score between 95 and 105 points? So our mean goes in the middle, that's 105 here. Plus one standard deviation is going to be adding 10 to that, so 115. Another standard deviation will add another 10 to that, so 125. And then another 10. So that's 3 standard deviations from the mean. Now if I subtract 10, that'll give me 95 here. Subtract another 10 will give me 85. Another 10, 75. So if I wanted the percentage between 95 and 105, that basically is going to be this area here, because we got 95 here and 105 here. So our answer would be 34%. Now in this one, basically the same problem, but now we want to know between 95 and 115. So again, basically we find 95, which is here, and 115, which is here. So it's going to be this area and this area that's between those two values, 95 and 115. And each of those are 34, so 34 plus 34 will give us 68%. So 68% of the teams will score between 95 and 115 points. Alright, so this problem asks between 85 and 105. So 85 is here, minus 2 standard deviations, and 105 is right at the mean. So we want between those two values, so that's going to be this area here and this area here. So 13.5 plus 34, which is going to give you 47.5%. So 47.5% of the teams will score between 85 and 105 points. Alright, now this one asks between 75 and 125. So 75 is minus 3 standard deviations. 125 is plus 2 standard deviations. So I want to know the area between those two. So that's this section plus this section plus this section plus this section plus this one. Alright, so we're going to add those together. 2.35 plus 13.5 plus 34 plus 34 plus 13.5. That's going to add up to 97.7%. 97.35%. So 97.35% of the teams will fall between, scoring 75 points and 125 points. So this one's asking between 115 and 125. Again, we find those. So 115 is going to be +1 standard deviation, and 125 is going to be +2 standard deviations. So between those two, there's going to be this area, or just 13.5%. So 13.5% fall between 115 and 125 points. All right, so now this one's asking for scores greater than 95 points. Okay, so we look at 95 as -1 standard deviation. And we want to know everything greater than that, which would include this area, plus this area, plus this one, plus this one, and that one. So we add those all together. 34 plus 34 plus 13.5 plus 2.35 and 0.15. And that's going to add up to 84%. So 84% of the teams will score greater than 95 points.